What is up, y'all? Welcome to the Titan Report podcast. My name is Jackson Weber. Welcome to the 21st episode. I appreciate you guys tuning in today. However, wherever you're listening from YouTube to Spotify, y'all can like, share the show with another Titan fan, get it out there. I'll be greatly appreciated. We have a lot to break down in the show. It is 31-13. Titans are miserable right now. They're miserable is the appropriate word I would say on the show to keep it family friendly, right? The Titans have not won at home, and November 2nd, 2024 was the last time they won against the New England Patriots. So Drake May and Mike Vrabel got their revenge today. The Titans were slow in the second half. Again, is Cam Ward the problem? That's an issue we have to discuss as well. And then injuries. The Titans had the injury bug all game long. It just never stopped. And two big ones. And they could miss some time. After pretty much a lot of players on the offense have missed some time. The defense is getting thinner and thinner by the week. Let's talk about it. So welcome in. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I know it's been a frustrating past couple weeks. And it very has been. And I'm very disappointed too. So we're going to break it all down. First thing I do want to say, though, is because I go to all the Titan home games. I'm always there. For the past 2 times I went, right, before the Titans went on the 3-game road trip, right, against the Texans, the Cardinals, and the Raiders, the Colts felt like a away game, and the Patriots felt like an away game. Every single week, it feels like an away game in Nashville. It just every single time I go. There's a crowd of Patriots fans. They're loud. Shout out to that fan base because that was incredible to see as a football fan myself. That was loud. And they got up and they cheered every single play. And they chanted Mike Vrabel. They said, Vrabel, Vrabel at the end of the game. Very, very unbelievable. And that's a loyal fan base. That's been, dreaded since we beat them in 2019 playoffs, if you guys remember that. But a Patriot player, first of all, who said this play, I do want to kind of break this one down. This is from Mark Daniels. He covers the Patriots. And Patriots receiver said he did not hold back. Kayshon Boutte. And Drake May connection's insane. And I talked about this on the show, and I told you all this was going to be a big problem for the Titans. He basically just said we took advantage of lazy cornerback play and lazy safety play. Okay, so that's how we're gonna start the show off. That's the second time in matter of what 4 weeks the Titans third time, my bad, and they got called out in the 4 weeks. The Raiders, Michael Pittman called him out, and then now Kayshon Boutte calls him out. That's embarrassing. And that's insane. Another embarrassing thing I do want to say is Amy Armstrong walked past Vrabel. They nodded. They just did a head nod. They didn't greet him. They didn't say that good hi or anything like that. They just nodded. Okay. So that's kind of, I'm not going to break down the whole game since we already got some limited amount of time. And I just do want to say one more thing. The Colts and the Patriots are the 2 best teams in the AFC right now. The Colts are about to beat the Los Angeles Chargers. They're up 38-17. It's in the 4th quarter right now. The time of filming this. That's incredible. Excuse me, 3rd quarter. This is going to be a dangerous week. The Colts are just getting better and better and better. And we're talking about that all next week. I don't want to talk about the Colts right now. So facing 2 AFC teams back-to-back weeks is going to be tough. Another thing is, I do want to say rest in peace to Doug Martin. He passed away earlier today. If you don't know, Tampa Bay running back, rest in peace, was a guy I followed my whole childhood, and that was so shocking. I went home, on my way home, I'm like, what? No way. So rest in peace. So I want to give my condolences to him and his whole family. Let's break down most of the first half, and then we'll kind of just steer off to stats, and then, what the heck happened? Like, why did the wheels fall off? So first of all, in the first half, obviously the biggest thing today was it kind of brought up to ESPN and Adam Schefter. He wrote a whole article about it. Everyone was just wondering, how is this Titans offense going to change with Mike McCoy at the helm, right? Bo Hardinger is still going to call plays, but are there going to be changes? Are they going to be, scheme changes? Anything like that, right? What more tempo? What are we going to see? First of all, the screen was better today. The screen passes looked better. I felt like the Titans did a little more short passes. They looked great. Two big completions to start out. Gunnar Helm and Alec Iamaner. Good to start out. It was huge. Obviously the run by Seymour DK, right? It could have gone the other way. Offensive line did not do great today. That's a big problem. And that could have been, resolved when Pollard got a run. The running game was also not great either. The third down pass it was miscommunication by Cam and Iamaner, but still good to, that could have been caught in the first down. He was open. And then Joey Sly made the 49-yard field goal, and then the Patriots went down to go get the field goal. So the run defense for Tennessee is still the problem. And you have Jonathan Taylor next week. So, again, I mean, when Stevenson gets back-to-back plus first down runs, 4 of them in a row. It's just like, oh, man, this is going to be a big day for the Tennessee Titans run defense. A bad day for the Tennessee Titans run defense, and it was. So I was a little sloppy. But thankfully, they got a stop thanks to Jihad Ward's sack. And back-to-back sacks, by Xavier Woods and Jihad Ward. And that basically forced Drake May they stopped him on fourth down. They have to go for the field goal. So that was nice to see. But then you went 59 yards and 142 down the field. Love that. Fortunately, that was too much time for Mike Vrabel still on the clock. Tony Pollard got a nice couple rushes. And the Seymour DK was wide receiver number 1 today. Cam Ward, play action pass, a nice drop. Seymour beat the safety out there. And then boom, right in the end zone for the touchdown. It was a nice play. Cam Ward moved out of the pocket. I think that's one thing he's really been improved on. He's moved out of the pocket a little bit. He's really been great with his footwork lately. That's one thing I've seen with Cam. Love that. And that's why they got the touchdown. And then the Patriots go down. They go score. Austin Hooper. First mistake of L'Jarius Sneed today. The Titans linebackers cannot stop the run. On this drive, there's 3 good runs that Tennessee just could not stop. The Patriots run offense was great. The run blocking was incredible. I think they only got stopped in the backfield like 2 times at the end of literally 2 times. So that was kind of frustrating. The Titans got a field goal, and then you're like, oh, okay, well, New England, you left too much time on the clock for Mike Vrabel. 59 seconds, 60 yards. Again, why do you kick out of bounds right there? That's a problem. So Joey Sly, when he kicked out of bounds, you start at the 40-yard line. And Drake Mace gets the run. I mean, again, you can cover, but where's that linebacker right there, right? Who's right there to get the May in case if he scrambles? Is it Gray? Is it Barton? Who's right there? So that was kind of a little bit mishap today. I was a little issues on the Titans run defense. There's too many holes on the run defense. And, Hunter Henry got a pass for first down, and then boom. Drake May, one of the best deep ballers in the NFL right now. And he got the 39-yard pass over Sneed, over Diggs. It is what it is. But the Patriots start out hot, and they get that touchdown, and you're talking to yourself. You're like, oh, man, not good. And, again, Tennessee's run defense. It was better here, but still, when you needed to make the most stops, you didn't make the most stops. Tennessee's, I heard the fans got so loud when Drake May got back in the game. First of all, we had Joshua Dobbs in there for a couple snaps. But anyway, just so many mishaps on the run defense. And Drake May making good passes as he always is. And Sneed got hurt. So when Drake May got scrambled, Sneed got hurt and May got hurt. So Sneed is out right now with a quad injury. Mild, think about this. He was dealing with this for most of the time. And that's been a problem. Last thing here, Cam Ward was sacked at the Tennessee 10. He just fumbled the football. He just slipped out of his hand. This is the second time it's happened. Happened last week against the Raiders twice. But once at the second time in your own end zone. And then boom, it happens this game. Cation recovers it for a touchdown. It was holding. And the fact that it was holding on that play and you still get through and then boom, you run. That's not good. So that's some highlight plays. I didn't really explain the whole game, but let's kind of get to some stats. And we're talking about Cam Ward is not the issue, which I do want to bring up. The run game for Tennessee, first of all, 12 rushes for 39 yards. Yeah, that's not going to do it for you. The Titans had no run game today. That's something that's interesting. But because, Brian Callahan used most of the run game. Today, he changed things up. The pass game, obviously 25 catches throughout everybody in the, there's some new guys in there. Obviously Chig didn't get a catch. Calvin Ridley was out. Bryce Oliver's still out. Seymour DK with 4 for 70. And that's a guy you're going to have to watch for. Because if Ridley's going to be out for the second straight week in a row, who's going to be that guy that's going to step up against Indy? Seymour DK in the offense. Eric Eiermanner, no one catch in the second half. Oh, boy. He needs to step up. Gunnar Helm. Good to see him get 4 catches. Van Jefferson with 4. Tony Pollard was good on the pass game with 6 catches for 43. So, Cam Ward, obviously if you look on paper, this is probably one of his best games. He only, turning over the ball twice and getting sacked 5 times is not the best scenario, but I feel like we're going to transition now. I don't think he's the problem. I mean, the one interception was off Chig's hand. The fumble, yes, was his fault. I'm going to admit that, but he's a rookie. He's going to continue to grow every single week. Like I told y'all, his feet work is getting better. He's getting more poised. He's getting some good throws down the middle of the field. Cam said this too. He's like, I feel like I'm getting better every single week. Unfortunately, it's not showing right now, but week by week, you're going to get better. I think if you're looking for the future, besides the turnovers, Titans fans should be encouraged in the pass game right now. That Cam went out and got to different receivers, especially DK, who he's not, until last week, he's not really connected with so far yet. He's connected with him a couple times, but connecting him with that touchdown today really is huge for the future, right? We need Gunnar Helm to start heating up in the end zone. He got that big, against Arizona. Van Jefferson, huge. Van Jefferson's starting to step up, and, that's a guy who is replacing Ridley right now. The only guy on offense I really am going to expect to see for the future is Eiermanner. Eiermanner is a guy who needs to step up, especially for Cam right now. That's a guy I think who can really step up, for the future, and I want to see that from Alec, especially. I want to see him get some more plays. Last couple weeks has not really been getting in there. But the Titans defense continues to be the problem at linebacker. Cedric Gray is one of the best team tacklers right now. We did get to the Drake May 4 times with the 4 sacks today. Devon Schwett, good to see him back in there. Sebastian Joseph Day. But what's the thing with Simmons is we're going to have to find out through either tomorrow or either Wednesday when Mike McCoy speaks, because they're off Tuesday and there's nothing real much on Tuesday. So Monday or Wednesday, we're going to have to find out something from Simmons. And hopefully the next time we talk, which will be on Friday, we will find out something about Simmons. But that, I said it was a quad, my bad, on the Instagram reel I did after the game. It's a hamstring for Jeffrey Simmons. Still concerning. So we have to see on that front what's going to happen with Simmons. Same thing with Ridley. We have to see if he's going to practice this week. Same with Arden Key, if he's going to practice this week. Titans defense is getting thin. You're down 3 players right now. So we have to see what happens there. But anyway, I felt like the Titans just could not tackle today. They're sloppy and missing tackling. The Titans edge group, I think they did a solid, but still, the run defense is still one of the worst in the league. And that's all I just got to say from that. But Roger McClary, who's been getting some trade interest this week, and he probably will still continue to get some trade interest. He's a free agent at the end of the year. So that's something to keep in mind. Sebastian Joseph Day. Jihad Ward had a pretty good game with a sack and a tackle for loss. So really, you only had 4 quarterback pressures. That's concerning. The Patriots had about 5 on the Titans. Landry only got 1 pressure and he got a sack. So former friend got to the quarterback today. But the interception, now it's just frustrating for Chig. Chig, he's having a struggling week. So we're going to see about that. But also, I'm going to go to New England side and talk about them because I'm done talking about the Titans and Cam Ward. But again, Cam Ward's not the issue, and I want y'all to completely know that. Drake May, 21 for 23, only incompleted 2 passes. Remember when y'all said Drake May? A lot of y'all said Drake May was mid. Well, look at him now. Exactly. It's crazy how some people give up on quarterbacks 7 games into a season. I know Patriots fans probably did last year too. But my point is, it's not right to give up on Cam Ward yet. Look at Drake May. He's easily probably top 7 quarterback in the league as of right now today. That's insane. I mean, the running game, again, like I mentioned, Stevenson, 18 rushes for 88 yards and a touchdown. 4.9 per carry. Dang. Frustrating. And then Diggs with 7 catches, 69 yards, 7 targets. And then, obviously, the best guy, Booty, with 2 catches, 55 yards. So, Booty got that big touchdown. Austin Hooper, former Titan, also got that touchdown. So, New England's defense, Christian Gonzalez, Mapu, Tavia, and Marcus Jones, who got the interception, who rebounded after giving them that touchdown early. So, some good plays from New England today. But I think this was easily Cam Ward's best game. I have to look and see if this was his best game. It's not his best game passing-wise, but his QB rating was one of the best, and his completion percentage was also the best today. So, yes. But the Titans cannot win at home. And we have to see on Sunday, not this Sunday, but when we face the Chargers, it was exactly a year since we won a game. November 2nd is the last time we won at home, 2024. We play on November 2nd, 2025. So we have to see if we can win that. So, and Mike Vrabel, man. Mike Vrabel is still a great coach in the league. He outcoached the Titans today, and that must feel good for Vrabel. Vrabel wanted this win probably badly, almost anyone. I know everyone on the Patriots did. But good for Vrabel to come in here and silence the haters, silence the Titans fans who've been talking about him all week. And now he comes in here and he outcoaches the Tennessee Titans in the second half. The first half, the Titans are a great first half team, but, again, it matters in 4 quarters, and the Titans cannot play 4-quarter football. That's an issue. And we got to see if they somehow, when they make changes or improve in this week's practice this week. So there's 5 clips in the next one where all the players speak, most of them, and we're going to break that down on next episode on Friday. So I do want to thank y'all for tuning into the show. It's a pretty wacky one, and we're everywhere today. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see y'all on Friday, and we'll talk about the Colts when we go to Indianapolis. Tying up, y'all.
Just 2 injury announcements. Snead actually had the quad, and then Jeff with the ham, so you guys know that. Okay, just kind of a quick little summary of the game a little bit. We got off to a fast start, exactly what we wanted to do as a football team, going out there, doing a great job, and got rolling through the game and did some really nice things. Cam played, a nice first half for us as we got going there, and then at the end of the half, unfortunately, we gave it the big play, and that was disappointing. And then they came out and, went down the field to start the second half, and then obviously we had the turnover, which was critical. We can't have that. We got to do a better job. All 11 guys in the field, and so it's disappointing the way the game went after the end of the first half. So we got to do a better job, stopping the run. The quarterback got out of the pocket a little too often for us. We got to contain that, keep him in the pocket, and make him do it the hard way. And then offensively, we can't get shut out, in the second half and do what we did, only 8 plays the first 3 series of in the third quarter. So, but hey, we're going to stick together here. We're going to fight our tails off and find a way to go win the next one. That's the most important thing.
I think just with the quick start is just us having urgency. That's how we need to start every game and maintain it throughout the whole game. And just the third quarter, really fumbling football. I think that was what really set us back. If I don't do that, it's not the game doesn't get out of hand that fast. So just gotta continue to have ball security and get better.
Ball just slip on that play.
You said what?
Did it just slip on that play, that fumble?
Yeah.
It's 2 weeks in a row. What's going on?
Gotta hold on to it tighter. But really, just gotta continue to emphasize it within myself. Got to be better at it. I know that's something that I can't continue to let happen. I got to cut that out next week.
Do you feel like you guys lose urgency at any point? You said that the first quarter of the success is from the urgency.
No, we don't lose urgency. It's just we have to continue to stack plays. And there's just whether it's a false start and even towards the end of half, I should have checked the ball down. Ended up stopping the clock again. We had to just, waste the play on what we didn't have to. It's just all of us have to continue to do our job every play, and when we do that, we can be a good offense.
You get a chance. The game was competitive. What was the score going in the half? 13-17 or something like that, or something like that. And just, defense didn't come out hot in the second half. They had that long drive to go score, and it's frustrating, And I feel like it's been a repetitive thing of each week, me saying the same thing of I got a lot of thoughts in my mind, but definitely it's frustrating, and I don't like in the second half how there was no competitiveness. That's shit. That's just, I don't like that. You know what I mean? It's just so I don't know. Hopefully that answers. I don't know what I'm. Hopefully that answers your question. Plays in the second half, obviously. You know what I mean? They had the first drive against us, and then they had the what was the one that Cam dropped the ball? Was that the one right after that or something like that? And then that's back to back. You know what I mean? That's a big swing. That's a 14-point swing. And so it's tough. It's tough.
Does that feel like a game when you lose Jeff like that, especially you get back to Andre finally, and then all of a sudden Jeff is out?
Yeah, that's a big loss. As you know, Jeff's balling. He's balling, so that's a big loss. But we talked about at halftime. It's next man up mentality. Whoever it is, you got to rise to the challenge and step in there and do your thing.
Not being competitive.
I'm not sure. He wasn't calling plays. Cali wasn't calling plays either. So it wasn't much of a difference. We had a lot of excitement. Guys were ready to play. There wasn't any doubt in that.
No, I meant in terms of just the overall.
Just overall, no. The game plan is simple. Old school guy. Play hard, play physical, be detailed, and just execute. That was his message.
Yeah, May obviously hurt you with a couple of runs there. I know you guys played against him before.
Yeah.
How tough was that?
Oh no, that's tough. We got guys covered up, and then QB finds a hole, breaks the tackle, and extends it. That's tough. That's tough sledding. So just got to find a way to keep the guy like that in the pocket, and just try to find a way to win it down.
You lose your lead.
Like I said, I thought we had pretty good energy early on in the game. Thought we kind of came out pretty well. I felt like there was just kind of a play or two in there before the half, after the half, that really kind of flipped the game. And I've kind of said this in interviews before. We have got to find a way to survive these surges or come back with our own surge, ourselves. So that's one of the things that we definitely have to do better as a team.